Today's podcast is brought to you by the Tax Defense Group. Tax season is here, and that means that it's time to file your taxes. But there's good news. If you're a W-2 employee, you can save half off your filing. All you have to do is call the Tax Defense Group before April 15, 2020 and mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios. Millions of Americans will get money back after they file, and you can be one of them. So call the Tax Defense Group at 800-850-7973. That number again is 800-850-7973, and you can visit them online at taxdefensegroup.com. Also, shout out to our second sponsor, Rider Junkie. Are you looking to make more money in 2020? Well, one of the best ways to do so is by having a new resume that can help you get that dream job. Rider Junkie offers affordable, well-written resumes for the low cost of $145. They'll even throw in a cover letter for no additional charge. All you have to do is mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios and they'll get right to work. Call Rider Junkie today at 805-587-7966 and you can visit them online at riderjunkie.com. Welcome back, everybody, to the DomCast, episode 47, I believe. Rod and E, say what's up. How y'all feeling today?
How y'all doing?
It's good.
Yeah, I'm fucking. Is that how you say it? Ecstatic? Is
yes,
that
yeah.
That's how you say it. Because Zion plays tonight. The Zion return finally happened. I didn't believe it was gonna happen this season, but not only did it happen, it happened with a bang. Where were y'all when y'all witnessed Zion's first game? Because like this is a landmark, bro. I'm a Zion stan, by the way, so that's where this energy is coming from.
I mean, I was in my living room. I'm pretty sure like everybody else watching it.
True.
But you know, them last 3 minutes was where I got my money's worth.
Yeah. I think a lot of people probably got caught slipping that night because they probably turned it off when he had like what?
Checked out. Yeah,
not even that. It was a turnover. So like, he was looking crazy for a lot of the game, like you would expect a little bit.
He playing 4 minutes a quarter. I understand.
Yeah, because it's like I saw a Zoe one time. It looked like he got a little bit mad because Zion dropped a simple. He had 5 turnovers, I believe, before anything happened. He had like 5 turnovers just off the bat, and I was like, he's trying to fit into the system. He's obviously probably not conditioned or whatever, which is what people were getting on Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson for. I don't know if y'all saw that on Twitter. People were clowning him because all they were talking about is his weight, basically, and yeah, they was roasting him for that. But yeah, what did y'all think about his debut? Because he came in and he caught fire at the end and he hit shots that I don't think we really expect him to hit for like that. But yeah, what y'all think about his debut?
I mean, at least for the obviously the first 3, given the limited minutes, he's and him trying to reacclimate himself. I wasn't expecting him to show out how he did in the last 3 minutes. Thought it was going to take a couple of games before to get his feet wet. But it's just like, as you could think, the Spurs game plan was obviously you can't, if this dude's going downhill, you might die taking that charge. So obviously the goal is to let him shoot and beat him that way. But then he was hitting the shots, which is if he can do that consistently, then that opens up a lot of opportunities for them on offense.
Absolutely. It changes that whole team if he can actually shoot. And not even just from the shooting standpoint, but I don't know if y'all noticed, like at the beginning of the game, they were pretty much like doubling him every time he touched it in the post on some straight like NBA 2K shit. It was like that glitch where automatically double was part of that. I mean, Popovich was like, you're not finna get off on us tonight. But another part of that is just, it's the same thing we'd seen in preseason. It's because even though he did look short out there compared to everyone else as well, Spurs players, and LaMarcus Aldridge looked like Shaq that night. But yeah, he was fucking killing man Jackson Hayes. But because of Zion's strength and athleticism, he overwhelms just about anybody down there in the paint when they're like banging bodies and stuff. And it made me think about the point you brought up last week when I was saying that even if Zion had played a lot of this season, I thought that the MVP, the rookie of the year race would have been close. But that game kind of reminded me, like you said, the dominance is, if he had been able to start like this, it would have just been a little bit too much. But what did you think about his debut?
Again, I was one of those like, damn, this is not what I expected. Really? And I think what happened was, I know I was home. And I thought I went on Netflix. Yeah,
because it kept taking him out.
I went on Netflix. Then I see the Twitter feed coming. I check back in, and I see him, get it and going. It was a great first game. I guess it was one of those situations where you just had to see it. Yeah, because no one probably believed that they would have cut the game off at halftime.
Oh, absolutely, because he was just like walking around basically. Yeah, most of the offense.
And I heard, I saw the 4 for 4 from 3. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, 4 in a row too. I'll tell you,
the 17 straight points.
Oh my gosh, that was that little stretch was like, That was probably one of the most exciting runs I've seen in recent memory in basketball, just because of the story behind it. Just, rookie, generational talent supposed to be coming in and, going to the point where we didn't even think he was going to play this year. And then to come and hit that, it was pretty storybook. But what did y'all think about the part where they took him out and they ended up losing? Because he was single-handedly bringing them back. That's what that whole run was. He was getting, toasted by the Spurs the whole game. The Spurs are a team that's like right in front of them in the playoff seeds, in the playoff seeding. That's one of the teams they're going to have to beat out for a spot. They get to that point. Alvin Gentry actually gets mad because Lonzo Ball didn't call the timeout that he was supposed to check him out because he was on his roll. And then they ended up taking him out. What did y'all think about that? Because I saw somebody tweet later that they just hate that this obsession with rest and, quote, load management and things like that.
Some of the things I heard was that the medical team. Yeah. So there was a couple instances where he had actually sent the sub in, but tried to send the sub out, but then he was still hot, so they called the sub back, and that happened twice.
Right.
And then it got to the point where I'm pretty sure, I think Gentry said that the medical staff was like, "Yo, you need to take this man out."
Right.
So and obviously, I think Zion might have said to him like, "Yo, I can win this game if you keep me in."
He looked frustrated
because I'm sure everyone was frustrated. It's just the nature of the timetable that they have them on as far as minutes and stuff that they want to keep to it and make sure nothing happens.
What was Pelican reasons for bringing him back?
Bringing him back or
bringing him back?
What do you mean?
Returning to the season.
Well, obviously they're in striking distance of the playoffs.
Perfect striking distance. So you in a close game, and the best player went hot, and y'all check him out, and he lose the game. So what was the purpose of bringing him back if you trying to make a playoff push?
Also, that he's healthy enough to play this season, so they're not trying to just.
Oh, so we gon' I don't understand that. If the game is close, keep him in there.
I mean, I kind of agree with building on what Eric said. Memphis lost that night too, so if they had won that game, then I'm pretty sure they would have only been about 2 games out of the 8th seed.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Compared to what they are right now.
Yeah, because the Celtics smacked the Grizzlies that night, and that was a direct game. The Pelicans could have gained some real ground that night. Look, I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. I hate this obsession with rest as well, but I get it because I've seen this with Embiid before. Y'all, I remember it was years ago when they were low managing Embiid when he was like still
he was playing like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I remember like he slapped the chair one time because he was pissed because he had to come out of a close game just like this one. And I get it, but if you're Gentry and you're the medical team, you're the one that has to deal with the blowback if something happens, and you say weird.
But nobody questions Sixers not being a playoff team that year.
That year, I can't remember exactly what that year was when they were still like playing Embiid. Like this is all went so fast. I can't remember exactly what year that was. I'm not sure if
we had to fact check it, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Philly was gonna be a playoff team. Pelicans, y'all sitting outside the playoffs,
right? And
y'all know you have this, franchise player. Y'all trying to make a push. If the game is close, and you have to heat check him, just play him. Then let him sit out the next game. I understand one tweak could end his season, but I don't know what was the goal there.
But I really think it came down to that. I think the medical team stepped in because I'm pretty sure he was already in the for the fourth quarter. He was already playing longer than his specified time was, and then they got to a point where people in the booth were like, okay, what are we doing here?
According to doctors, because I follow a couple of them on Twitter, like sports doctors, according to them, one of the main things that happens with overuse injuries is when you go from a sedentary state basically to where you just you go straight to it. Like you can get hurt like that in the gym where you haven't worked out in a while and then you come back the next day and you just go like at it basically.
Right.
So apparently that's what they were going with here, is that we get it, it's a close game and the fans wanted and everybody wanted him to play, but also it's just this thing of he hasn't played since, that was his first game since preseason. He hasn't played since preseason. So if you come in and immediately put him into what could have easily turned into overtime action, you are heavily in that zone of risking injury to a player that's already I think you worry about things like confidence with a rookie when they come off of like you already have a confidence problem when you're a rookie. Maybe that's already a thing you might worry about, but especially when they're coming off a knee surgery as well. So you don't want him to even get in there and feel something sore or tweak an ankle. Like you don't want none of that shit to happen.
And also he's not in NBA shape right now
at
either.
all. Like 'cause he was gasping sometimes. He looked like that Patrick meme at points. Like, in 2K when that red circle flash under you when you're tired. I seen that when he had that turnover, I was like, damn, he's done for the night. And then he had that burst, but
Yeah, I understand that. I guess we both guessing here. The medical staff's guessing. They get educated, but they're still guessing. But I guess I understand. But if the game is close, you try to make a playoff push. I don't see how y'all gonna go forward doing this.
It's hard. The playoff push thing is difficult. Like right now, let's keep it clear. We're sitting there in striking distance, but it's not likely that they're gonna make it. Right? I think if nothing's changed since the last time I looked, there are 4 games out right now. Why am I talking like I don't have the standings right here? The Pelicans as of right now are 3.5 games. Okay, so they're 3.5 games behind. Oh, that's the Grizzlies. My bad. Yeah. Okay, they're 4 games out. So they're 4 games out of 8th. That's a difficult. That's more than it seems, you know. So they're within striking distance, but it could happen. And I guess if you're Gentry in the medical team, you don't want to lose Zion.
If it's not a guaranteed type thing.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I think honestly, knowing the way load management works, even if the Pelicans were 9th that night and they could have taken 8th, I still don't think they would have played him. I don't think there was any chance they were going to play him regardless. I think he was on a strict minutes thing because. Again, it's like I said on one of the very first podcasts, why I didn't think they were going to bring him back in the first place. Like, this is a generational talent, obviously. This is a generational talent. This is a guy who's supposed to carry your franchise for years, supposed to help you go into a contending thing, which, by the way, I could easily see with this core. I think the Pelicans are going to be a top team in a couple of years. With Lonzo and Ingram and Zion, I think this is going to be a top team. Like, not now, obviously, but...
No, they definitely have the pieces.
I think it's gonna be fire, bro. I think it's gonna be fire because the pressure that he puts when you have a player like him who they're straight doubling every time he's in the post. And by the way, Lonzo is not a bust. Lonzo is he hit it up.
I ain't gonna admit, he got a good stretch going on right now.
Yeah, he got a
good stretch. He got a good stretch going on. Wiggins had the same stretch, but whatever.
Lonzo, his shot is looking pretty nice right now. He's looking better than he was at the beginning of the season. He was looking trash.
I'll give you that. Absolutely, he having great stretch right now.
And then there's Ingram as well. And so when you add into the equation a guy like Zion who commands that attention, it's gonna be
and
Holiday too, yeah. They didn't trade. I always thought they were going to trade him, and it looks like that's probably not going to happen now, especially since they're trying to make a playoff run. I'm not really sure why you would. But anyway, so yeah, all the obvious things was on. It's going to make them a better team, going to make them harder to defend. I see you had written down here though. You wanted to talk about if it was possible for him to catch Morant as far as rookie of the year. Did you write that or wrong?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
I think it's impossible.
Impossible.
Like, cause Embiid only played 30, right, and he got snubbed, right?
31, something like that. Yeah, it was nowhere near enough.
And especially he's only gonna play like 30 something games. He's gonna be on a minute restriction.
Yeah,
he probably not gonna play like too many back to backs.
Yeah,
so putting all that together, I don't think.
After seeing how they handled this first game, it's out of the race.
Yeah,
it's out of the race.
Yeah, because they'll gradually put his minutes up. Like, I'm gonna watch tonight after the podcast and see what they do with that. Like you said, with back to backs, I'm not sure he'll be playing back to backs.
Not at all.
So there'll be no chance.
They get him like
you gotta wrap him in bubble wrap.
Yeah, like
you gotta wrap him in bubble wrap. But for what it's worth, I'm still endorsing that playoff series of Zion and LeBron, and that's what I want.
Well, I want to be a first round Lakers and Pelicans.
Absolutely, they just had so much wrapped up into it. You talk about the old Lakers.
So many narratives going on,
and Zion and LeBron. Like, if the Pelicans even win a game out of that series,
they want the trade in their eyes. In their eyes, they want the trade.
Imagine that 8-1 upset. That would be fucking crazy. But
Oh no, not we believe Warriors. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. The Lakers aren't getting upset by the Pelicans. They're not getting upset by anybody for that matter. Not upset anyways. They still might get beat. So there's not much to say about. By the way, this podcast will have come out after Zion played the second game. So if he comes out tonight and he's like 2 points of on 1 to 10, like, fam, we didn't know this came out. We recorded before that happened. So nobody can see into the future.
If he dropped 40, we knew all the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if he dropped 40, I told y'all Pelicans gonna be a 60-win team in 2 years. So yeah, the Lakers aren't gonna get upset. However, I still have the Clippers as my champion. I haven't changed my pick. However, I am wondering, are y'all worried about Paul George and because I don't even know if you saw the headline. Like, it seems like some bullshit.
Chemistry issues.
It seems like some bullshit somebody made up. Like, we never know the sources. Doesn't that bother you?
They never. Yeah.
We never had. Did you see it, Rod?
Yeah,
they were talking
that.
about like they're mad about Kawhi getting like preferential.
Yeah, like him and Paul
like
George getting treatment.
But you saw Pat Bev tweet.
No, what did he say?
He retweeted that and said fake news.
Okay, so I saw Lou Williams tweet.
Yeah, I saw Pat Bev
put a source on it. And who did this come from again?
I don't know.
This wasn't Stephen A. this time.
Nah.
Like it's so weird, like how everyone knows everything about what's going on with these teams, but like
it's not the players though,
right?
Crazy.
Not the players. The players be like, "Wait, he said that? Like it's news to me, right?" Yeah. So that part is probably not even worth discussing. The whole thing about chemistry issues. Just a quick reminder for everybody to check out the sponsors of this video. Both Tax Defense and Writer Junkie links can be found in the comment section and description of this video.
They haven't played much together.
Yeah, that's the part I'm wondering if you guys are thinking about that, because I asked them the other day. I think they've only played 18 games together thus far.
Yeah, they 14 and 4.
I think they're 14 and 4 in those games.
Yeah, so that's a good sign, obviously.
I don't know reason why. I guess his hamstring.
Yeah, he's had some other. Yeah, right now I think it's a hamstring. He's basically
they don't even practice together, so I don't know.
Yeah, the way I take it from my perspective, I'm looking at it and saying, well, still right now they're half a game out of the second seed, right. I believe, and they've beaten the best team in that conference twice, and they've looked pretty good against them.
And they're not even at full strength.
Yeah,
so.
To be honest, I'm not too worried.
Yeah. I think they have one game played with like the whole roster this year so far, like full top to bottom. They only have one game, so I think that's more impressive than anything.
And Kawhi balling right now, so.
Yeah, Kawhi is. He's actually reinserted himself into the MVP race, even though he's not going to win it. At this point, like I'm starting to. We're going to talk about awards soon, but I have the first few letters of Giannis's name printed on the trophy right now, like so far. Like I think I have up to like the first N of the thing put on the trophy, because they're on pace for a fucking 71 season.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. So yeah, I think the Clippers thing is, first of all, the chemistry thing, whatever, and them not being on the floor together. If anything, it's more impressive. But they
did lose against the Hawks the other day without Trae Young, and without, of course, Kawhi and Paul George didn't play, but still, man.
And Kawhi and PG didn't play, so there you go.
Yeah, but Trae Young without Atlanta.
That's crazy after that, bro. Like it's whatever. It's supporting cat. There's nothing to tell from those games, bro.
I feel you, but come on, that's wild.
It's wild. If you're the Lakers, so that's the counterparts. If you're the Lakers, do you make a move on a guy like D Rose, or do you leave it as is? LeBron said last night, he was diplomatic about it. He just said we have enough right now. But Derrick Rose is up for grabs. I think the Pistons are looking for like a pick and something else, whatever. But if you're the Lakers, do you you're first in the West, you're having a great season. Do you leave it as is, or do you make a move and try to solidify it? Because LeBron said we have enough.
Again, the number one in the West, so you don't want to get too drastic when it comes to these trades and free agency, whatever the case may be. D Rose is a great player, but I don't know if he moved the needle as much as a high caliber player.
He just gives him another ball handler off the bench, basically,
right,
scorer.
Also, you have to integrate him into the offense and see how he plays with those other pieces as well. So it's just like you don't necessarily know what you're. I mean, obviously D Rose is a good player, but there's no guarantee how he's going to play in the system.
Plus, they're going to have to give up something.
Well, it would definitely be centered around like probably Kuzma.
Yeah, I'm straight on that. Then.
Yeah. I think I would leave it because it's also the chemistry aspect of it too. Like, they all seem pretty cool.
I love D Rose, but I don't want to give up Kuzma for him.
Right. I'm hoping D Rose. I mean, I think at this point, D Rose is more like trade bait for the Pistons. Like it's sell high, you know what I mean? Because you aren't going anywhere. He's only got one more year on his contract.
I do want him to get up out of there though.
Absolutely,
definitely.
Because now he's proved the main thing. I think the reason he went to the Pistons, like that's one of the teams that would take him and bet on him basically. And now you see, well, he's a pretty good bet right now. Yeah. So he's back to the point where I believe if you're a contender, you look at him like, hey, we might be able to do something with him. Right. So yeah, I'll be very happy for D Rose if he makes it onto a contending team. Was there more trade? Because nothing's really happened yet. Somebody got traded after the podcast last week.
Ariza.
Yeah, that's not
Portland one.
Yeah, so that's not really significant.
That's it.
Yeah, that's not really significant.
He dropped 21 his debut. That was pretty good though.
Speaking of dropping, have y'all seen the stretch Damian Lillard has been on?
I mean, yes, he's putting up numbers, but they're 1-3.
The man had 60 the other night. Came back.
Warriors, but whatever.
Yeah, I turned that game on while I was in the gym. I was like, damn, he having to like go full throttle right now to beat like the Santa Cruz basically. That shit was wild.
But yeah, no, I mean, obviously exciting to watch, but it's tough to see someone playing that well and then struggling to win games.
Yeah, I don't watch much Portland games, but is CJ good? Is he on a slump right now?
Well, I know he was injured for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw him in the suit recently. So.
Okay, that's probably what it is.
Injured a little bit, but at the end of the day, I mean, I was just like, I seen the scoring numbers he was putting up, and they 1-3, and I'm just like, is it worth it, Dame? Like, is it worth it?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Is it really worth it? But whatever, I'm not gonna beat that horse because he'll He'll snap out of it whenever he snaps out of it. Chris Paul said y'all are fucking crazy if y'all think he opting out of $40 million.
I thought that was delusional when they asked him that.
He was like, no chance. Like,
nope.
Yeah, and plus they're doing good too. They still might end up in 6 seed.
When someone say nope,
yeah, nah,
that means
it's final.
Just get a shot out of here.
The Kimbe that shit.
Yeah, when they say nope, that means fuck out of here.
But hey, it's interesting because at the beginning of the season we were looking at that as like, wow, that's a crazy contract. He's not even Chris Paul anymore, and you got to pay him this money. Still probably not worth 40 mil, but right now there's a debate. We'll go ahead and get into this topic because that's a big thing. There's a debate of if he's an all-star, and we just got our all-star returns, got the all-star teams, and so all we don't have is the reserves right now. But so we'll take it from the top and we'll get to Chris Paul. I think the biggest thing that we have a conversation about is Jimmy Butler not being a starter, because even though he was put as a forward and not a guard, and that contributes to why he didn't make it, some people believe that Butler still should have made it over Siakam. Siakam missed like a month. So is that something that y'all agree with, or you feel like?
Yeah, I agree that Jimmy Butler should have been a starter, just because of Miami's where they are in the standings
consistently too,
and him being the leader, and the fact that Siakam missed the chunk of time that he did.
Right.
I think they gave him a nod because he got better numbers. Siakam got better numbers.
Yeah, that is true. I'm looking right now.
And also the fact that he are doing way better than we thought they were going to do.
Yeah.
Well, both teams
are. That's the thing.
Yeah, I thought Raptors were going to drop hard.
I had the Raptors. In the East, I said the Raptors were still like 4th or 5th, I believe. And
you had Miami
on that. My bad. Okay. My standings. Let me recall my standings. I had the Bucks first. That was pretty obvious. I actually had the Sixers second, which they're not that far out of. Again, all this is really close right now. I had the Celtics third, and I had Miami 4th and Toronto 5th. That's where I went with that actually. Okay. So not all that is still working itself out. It's actually not far. But either way, Toronto is still like you're looking at them like, man, I want to see what they do in the playoffs, and that's not what they're coming into the season. That's not really what we thought. But yeah, Siakam is giving you 23 points right now, 7 rebounds, and obviously it's such a big jump from where he was last year. Then Jimmy Butler is giving you the two-way play. And
I think Jimmy Butler more of like, you just gotta watch him play. He's not really in the stats this year. So
yeah. You gotta watch the Heat play. Right. Speaking of that, who's more of a surprise to y'all then? Is it the Heat or the Raptors? Who surprises you more? Because they're both
Heat, of course.
Really? My surprise is the production they're getting from players I didn't think they would get production for the Heat.
Okay.
And plus they got 2 rookies I wouldn't expect none or heroes to ball out.
They just kind of pop up the scene.
I didn't know none of this.
Okay, so the Heat are more surprising to y'all.
We had flashes in the playoffs of Siakam and Van Fleet.
Yeah, because Van Vliet's a legit starter.
Like we saw flashes in the playoffs. So
yeah, I think that's when you talk about surprises. That's one of the biggest surprises, that Van Vliet was able to come in and just fill that starting role and that really not miss a beat. Like, he's better than he was last season in that role. Some people you put in that role, it's like, okay, it's clear this is a guy supposed to be a bench guy, but yeah, Van Vliet.
So he play alongside Lowry.
Sorry, what?
He plays.
Wow, consistently.
That's a small ass back.
That's what I'm saying. That's the other thing. Like, you would
that's
definitely
crazy
think,
small back.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons a lot of people probably wouldn't trust it being a good team, but yet here they are. So yeah, but I could still see what you mean, because they lost Kawhi, lost Danny Green, but it's the Eastern Conference, and we thought they would still be straight. In Miami, I didn't expect them to be like consistently second this year. I guess that's what we're getting at, because they're a team. They're a dark horse. They're a legitimate dark horse for the finals, kind of legitimate. I don't know. I don't know if anybody beating the Bucks this year.
Nah.
Besides the Sixers, I don't know. But anyways, back to the All-Star talk. So there's Jimmy Butler. So yeah, I think you wrote down All-Star teams here.
Well, we gonna pick up reserves because we already know the starters.
Yeah. So that's where it gets interesting, because I wrote down some names that I have for the reserve, and I think both of my lists got up to like 8 to like where you just names that you could throw around for it.
So who y'all have your 2 backup guards?
I haven't even thought about that yet, to be honest.
Which conference?
East. West is super hard. I don't know.
So for the East, I think your backup guards are gonna be Beal, Beal and Levine probably.
Man, they record trash, man.
I'm saying though, but like who? What else you gonna do there?
Brogdon.
Like, Beal's an all-star this year, bro. Huh?
Brogdon. Pacers doing good right now.
Brogdon? That's not gonna happen, G.
Wow.
You're doing good.
I kind of agree with Dom.
Zach Levine.
Yeah. I
guess it's the East. It's not much you can.
I think he's going to be there. Butler's obviously going to be a reserve.
Of course.
He could have been a starter. Tatum, I think, is going to be a reserve. Hold on. Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, so somebody has to get left off this list. So if I'm looking at reserves,
I got Tatum and Bam.
Yeah, see, that's what I was about to say. So somebody's got to get left off. So Simmons getting left off this year because
Simmons over goddamn Levine. Fuck out of here.
So check it out. Okay, so here's what we have. Then this is out of a list of 8, and there's only 7 that can make it, right? So if we're looking at your backup, the backcourt is going to be Beal and Levine, and then you need 3. You need 3 front court players. So there you can get Butler, Bam, Tatum. That's 3 front court players. Then you, out of Lowry, Kyrie, and Simmons, you got to pick 2.
Simmons over Levine. I don't keep jumping over Simmons over Levine.
So you're gonna have Simmons over Levine in the
yeah, he could be a wild card.
Okay.
Levine.
Okay. I got
it's Sabonis. You gotta get someone from the Pacers, fam.
You said somebody from the Pacers?
Yeah, get Sabonis. He 18.
So Kyrie's not gonna be an All-Star this year.
He missed too many games, man.
I mean, the thing is, on my list, I won't have Kyrie as All-Star, but I could see him still making it just based on.
You said you wouldn't have him as an All-Star?
Yeah, because he missed because of the amount of games he's played.
Okay, so Kyrie might come off this list.
But I could see him make him just because of star power.
Okay, so
if Kyrie make it, Zach LaVine not going.
So you want somebody off the Pacers, so that means you're probably dropping Sabonis. Kyrie and Lowry, because Lowry's
I'm
not
good on Lowry.
So yeah, I know you don't like Lowry. So you're probably dropping.
Where's Pacers at in the standing?
Pacers got to be like 5th right now. I'm pretty sure just off the Eastern Conference. Yeah, they're 5th. They're
Sabonis 18-13. Give them a spot.
They're 5th, and they're literally only a game and a half off of 3rd. Actually,
yeah, come on. You gotta have someone from the Pacers. Man.
Okay, so
Nets sitting out right now. They're like 9th, ain't they?
No, the Nets, because it's so hard to fall in the 8th.
I forgot to say every game. Yeah, you're right.
See, the Pistons are trying to blow it up, but like they're still only 2 games out of the Eastern Conference playoffs. They're still only 2 games out. That's fucking stupid. Okay,
I have Bill. It's either Zach LaVine or Bill. So they got great numbers but trash.
Okay, let's do it this way then. Let's talk about then. This is the very easy way, right? Butler, lock for as far as this is. Butler, lock. Beal is lock, bro.
If between Levine and Beal is Beal.
Okay, Beal's a lock.
Beal lock. Bam, gotta be a lock, bro.
Of course, I'm
gonna be mad as hell.
He has to be.
I'll be mad as fuck if Bam ain't a lock. So that's 3 locks. Kyrie is obviously
Tatum
not
is a lock.
Yeah, Tatum is a lock, so that's 4. So we got 3 spots left. And then
what about Middleton? They got the best record in the league, fam.
He missed like a month to start too as well.
Yeah,
he missed 7 games.
That was only 7 games.
Yes.
Really? Damn. All right.
I thought that contingent was.
So you throwing Middleton into this too? Okay, all right. That's 9 now.
That's the best team. You gotta have 2 people from the best team, don't you?
You don't have to.
We don't have to. I don't know. I don't know his numbers.
Hey, that would pump up Giannis like crazy. Say because they're on pace for 70 wins. So if they get 70 wins,
take them out, and I got without another All-Star.
Yeah. Because that's not even like a crazy team.
Like, yo, stay home, fam.
Okay. So you're throwing Middleton in there. That means we got 9
I just feel like you. I don't know. You don't have to, but I just.
Yeah, I know.
I understand the reasoning.
I understand it. He's averaging 19. He was an All-Star last year, and this year he's averaging basically 20 points. He is shooting better from 3. He is shooting better from the field. Yeah, okay. I can see. Yeah, Middleton.
I just feel like
I can see Middleton there. Absolutely. I see where you're getting at.
That mean
25. So Middleton actually very well might make it because looking at the games missed, that's really not that much. Yeah, that's really not that. Okay. Hey, this is why we.
So Zach LaVine is out.
So you putting Levine out now?
Beal is the only one that I'll make exception for.
Because Beal and Levine are both really good players on bad teams. And then it's just, at that point it's just kind of.
See, nobody like Pacers. That's why I don't put nobody from Pacers.
So, okay. Oh yeah, my bad. So there's more than 9 names because you want Sabonis on this.
You gotta have someone from the Pacers, man.
So who
Sabonis 18-13.
Okay, who you cutting out because you're trying to add 2 people.
What? I'm saying you got 3 4s, don't you?
Let me highlight the locks here because we need some locks, fam. Like so.
You need 3 4. I'm going by the format 3 4 3
guards. Yeah. So it's
2 wild cards.
Yeah, and 2 wild cards. Yeah. So Butler is a lock for the front court. Bam.
Tatum
is another one, and then Tatum. So that's a lock, and then Tatum is a lock.
The 2 front guards is
Ben Simmons. Okay.
Yeah, and who's the other guard? I guess let's put Beal just for now. The extra the extra backup guard.
Okay, awesome. So we got 2 wild cards. That's front court players. Yeah, you got your wild cards there. Okay.
So Ben Simmons, this is guard, ain't he?
Yeah, Simmons guard, yeah.
And Beal is the guard.
My bad. I'm thinking because he's so damn big.
He's listed as the guard.
Okay, yeah, so Simmons and Beal are your
the
backup.
2 wild cards is Middleton.
Okay.
And
gotta be Sabonis.
That's why.
That leaves Kyrie, Lowry, and Levine out.
I'm saying if Kyrie do got out of his resume, then you take Middleton. It's a front court, right?
Yeah, Middleton's front court.
You take out Sabonis. Then.
I think out of this list, Kyrie, I really need him not to be an all-star this year to make this easier. Like, cause he missed a fuck ton of games. He came back. He hasn't even been that great since he came back. Right. Curry's not an all-star this year.
Who?
Kyrie. He's not an all-star this year. He's just not, bro. He's not. Like, off a name, sure, and fun, sure. But especially because now this is coaches voting on it. Yeah. What coach is about to vote him? Especially with the things that media. Going on in the media.
Media's not gonna vote for him.
Yeah, right. MLK talking about all great people get criticized.
Yeah, it was talking kind of wild. He
was talking that cash,
right? That man was tripping.
Kyrie, man.
But that's my if they pick it right.
You know what? That's the thing. I think people get really emotional about this because the team they support has the players they support. And they're like, oh wait, no, he's definitely supposed to be over this guy. Right. But all of our reserve lists will probably come out different. But this one you can't be mad at. You can't be mad at Butler, Bam, Beal, Tatum, Simmons, Middleton, Sabonis. You can't be mad at that. Yeah. Raptors fans, of course, they're gonna be mad about Lowry. Bulls fans, I mean, I don't know what's going on in Chicago. But,
nobody knows.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I didn't have Middleton here. You're 100% right.
I just feel like
that's just my fuck up. That's completely my fuck up. But yeah, talking about Bam too. That's it. How many fucking players did Heat get this year that just came out and just like all clicked? Like it's just because Bam could straight up like he's huge, look like Dwight Howard, and he can come out to the perimeter sometimes and guard people. I seen him handle the ball and throw passes. Like the Heat are gonna be serious, man. Don't let them get a hold of like fucking Giannis or Lillard or something. That's gonna be crazy. Speaking of Lillard, let's go to the Western Conference then. Right. So this is fun. This is very fun. This is very fun because we got it is team. By the way, it is Team Giannis and Team LeBron. I told you Luka wasn't gonna hold that.
I just thought he had a whole country. I just thought more people. I guess they don't care about stuff like that.
That vote just wasn't. The vote margin just wasn't big enough when I saw it when it came out. And I think he was leading by like 40K when it started. I was like, that's just
that's not enough.
I was like, especially for a first return.
I guess when I think of a country, I think everybody like
straight just like create that's not gonna happen. Okay, so it is Team LeBron and Team Giannis. So for our reserves here, so we have a lot of names that can still be picked up. You got. I'm gonna write George. I don't think Paul George is gonna make an All-Star team this year. But I put him in here just to make this more fun. But I don't think he's gonna make it. So you got your choices out of like guys like Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, Nikola Jokic, Ingram, Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, and then I put Paul George there, but again, Paul George is not gonna make it. So if we gotta use the same format now, and so your two guards, I think
is Lillard and Chris. Hey, I'm going CP3.
You going CP3?
Fuck it.
Oh, he going CP3. Damn. So Westbrook
making it. I gotta put him in a wild card.
Westbrook gonna make it as a wild card.
So Westbrook's gonna be a wild card.
Thunder playing good right now, man.
But, okay, because Westbrook is playing good right now. What I'm saying is like. Yeah, Lillard is playing good. He's playing at all.
Yeah, Lillard's a lot.
Lillard's a lot.
Lillard's got to be a lot. Fuck all this team record. It's all star, bro. He's playing like an all star. We know his team is not good. We've been wanting him to leave forever. Right. You can't argue that Damian Lillard needs to leave this trash squad and then also say he's not an all star because his team record. Like you can't say both of those things. Right. So Lillard is a lock, bro. So I just highlighted Damian Lillard. Lillard got to be there. And if he not you remember that one time he missed a couple all star teams back on the Warriors.
Sleeping on him.
Yeah, he resigned from the skills challenge. Yeah. Or some shit. By the way, D Rose got skills challenge invite, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I like D Rose representation.
I'm just glad he participated in something.
Absolutely, yeah. Just put him in something. Dwight Howard is in the dunk contest. Yes, sir.
I'm good on that.
And he wants Kobe to come out and help him.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, but he said that before asking Kobe.
Huh? Oh yeah, he said that. Yeah, you
right.
He said
somebody tag him, ask him for something.
Yeah, he said he wants help from Laker Nation. You know the thing is, Kobe doesn't really participate in like clownery. Is the thing.
Yeah, he ain't want all that funny shit.
Because they wanted him on TNT. Remember, he was like, nah. Like, and then the big three wanted him. He's like, nah. So I wonder if he'll come out and throw. Man, come on, throw Dwight a law, bro.
Yeah, right.
Dwight is gonna win this just off the excitement alone. Dwight's about to win this shit, bro. He can still hop. He's still Dwight. He can come out with the Superman cape. I know he can come out with the cape.
He ain't gonna make better dunks.
It's just gonna be theatrics.
Yeah, but
he's not gonna make better dunks than Derrick Jones.
You said he's not gonna make better dunks than Derrick Jones? I mean, they're gonna be more. It's just like battle rap, right? Battle rap is like about bars, but it's also about performance.
Listen, he can Superman throw a dunk, but if Derrick Jones do 720 dunk, I don't care what he's doing. My point is, we've seen Derrick Jones a couple of times. Like the man has already come out and jumped over multiple people. What else is he about to do to beat Dwight Howard in a dunk contest? What else is he about to do? Dwight's about to come out with all types of theatrics and people. I ain't gonna be entertaining watching, but I don't know about his dunks like specifically.
It's all part of performance. performance as well. Just like battle rap, bro. Battle rap, people hate it, but it's part performance as well. Okay, so
my two backup guards is Lillard, and
wow, because you got it out of guards. You got to pick out of like Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Westbrook.
I'm saying all they can make up on wild cards.
Yeah, you get a wild card. Yeah,
it's really the front court that I don't know what to pick for front courts.
I think Westbrook is gonna make it.
He has to. He has to make it. Some people say he's not awesome, but that's crazy talk.
But is he your wild card or is he your? That's the point where it's like, who gives a fuck? If Paul and Westbrook both make it, then who cares if he was wild card or like your reserve? Who cares?
Well, they got to pick it online. I want to see how they pick these people online.
Yeah, I want to see how it's gonna get picked. But regardless, I got Westbrook making All-Star game.
Of course,
Westbrook's not gonna miss All-Star game.
So you got two guards and one wild card is selected. So the front court is strange.
So front court is where you get your pick out of guys like, bro, Gobert has a bit. Nobody cares about Utah.
I don't care about.
He has to be an all-star though, bro. Look at this. Check it out. I looked it up. I looked it up while we were talking about the Jazz, right? Not only are the Jazz second seed, but your boy Gobert is averaging 15 points this year. He's also averaging 14 rebounds.
That's crazy.
He's also giving you 2 blocks and whatever else he does on defense that don't show up in the score box. And of course, his field goal percentage is sky high because of the way he scores. He's played 42 games. Gobert has to be an all-star.
Of course, he's a front court, absolutely.
Especially because the coaches are picking this.
Yeah,
it would be a fucking crime if Gobert is not an all-star.
So who the other 2 front courts?
Then you have
Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic. I think Jokic is there.
Of course. Yeah, I think he's gonna make it too.
So then I don't see why. Oh, this is why. Okay, so and then your last front court,
Cat
missed a lot of time, bro.
How much time did he miss?
Huh?
Aldridge?
No.
I'm running on the front court players, fam.
Yeah, but Town. Okay, wait. You're
Towns,
right.
Aldridge.
As your third front court player, and this is God, this is interesting, bro. That's why it's interesting because Town missed a ton of time and Ingram is there, but they're both there fighting for that A spot. But Towns missed a ton of time, so this is where it's like, because it's not even just like, one of them can make it as a wild card. You only get 2 wild cards, and we still got a lot of names here. Let me delete Paul George. That's just confusing.
Yeah,
He's not gonna make
too
it.
Many. Yeah,
he missed too many games this year. Okay, so let's just say, wow, no, because somebody's gonna get left off. Okay, out of our front court players right here, it's either Towns or Ingram. Let's just say Ingram made it. Then, so that's your 3 front court players. Now you have to pick 2 wild cards out of Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and Karl Anthony Towns. And that's tough.
I'm going with CP3.
So you got CP3 as 1.
Everybody thought it was gonna be a lottery team before the season.
Everyone thought that.
Yeah, everyone thought they were going to be, especially because of the West.
So CP3 got to be a wild card.
Especially when you look at his numbers compared to people at his position.
Yeah.
They're pretty wild.
Out of the rest
That's a lot of Devin Mitchell.
It has to be Mitchell.
Yeah.
Like, just looking at these names, like, again, we were just talking about, this goes back to the thing where Lillard doesn't have a great team record either, but the Jazz are fucking second right now.
Yeah.
And Donovan Mitchell is playing well.
And they deserve 2 people going.
So if you had Donovan Mitchell, that means Devin Booker and Karl Towns would get left out. I think this is something how like it's gonna go. I'm trying to get to the Jazz here. Yeah, I think this is something how like it's gonna go. But we were just saying a couple of weeks ago we didn't know if Ingram could make it. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But Donovan Mitchell is giving you a lot, bro. He's giving you 25 points a game this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Second in the league.
46, and the Jazz are good this year. They're good.
And Booker not gonna make it again. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, imagine this just shows you the craziness of the West, right? Like, imagine last year when you had KD, Steph, Clay, Dre all blocked into that. That's just crazy. So that means our Western reserves come out to be your backcourt comes out to be Lillard and Westbrook, 3 front court players and Jokic, Ingram, and Gobert, and then your 2 wild cards and Chris Paul and Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, and then somebody's just gonna like I said, regardless of what happens here, somebody's just gonna have to be mad. Some fan base is just gonna have to be mad.
Yeah,
Book gonna get super mad.
Yeah,
of course.
Cat gonna understand because he missed games.
Yeah, Cat, I think
but Book been balling, but damn, bro.
When you're scratching names off like this, you have to find anything you can, and that's why I think Karl Towns will end up there because you have to say like, man, he was gone for a minute, you know. So
feel bad for Book though.
Yeah, so that's your West, and then your East again. You got Beal and Simmons. Then you got Butler, Bam, and Tatum. And then, Middleton and Sabonis. I wonder if Sabonis, again, coach's pick. I think Sabonis probably gets it.
So when people say East is as talent as the West, what are they referring to record-wise?
You're saying they're as talented?
I'm saying, I do hear that sometimes. East is stronger now.
I mean, it's stronger than it was, absolutely.
But it's still a gap between talent.
Yeah, it's still there.
Because when the East bottom All-Stars, I was struggling to decide out of the two.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's still there. Let's be real. Sabonis is a great player, and he's doing great this year. But he's not what you think when you come into a season and you're like all-star. That's not what you think about. I think that's more of a thing where like, well, KD's not playing this year, Kyrie not playing much this year. Like otherwise, I think that's opened up some space. Oladipo, there's a lot of space open now. So some of these, I think when you're looking at the Eastern,
Embiid will play.
Embiid is playing.
I'm saying with his injury, he's
I'm
back.
pretty sure, yeah. He should be back for that because that's like another 2 weeks from now.
Okay,
he should be all right.
Because he's only supposed to miss like a week or two with the finger anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I honestly think looking at the Eastern team right now, have you ever looked at some of them early 2000s Eastern Conference All-Star games and you've seen the players and you're like, this look kind of strange. Like,
like when I see like the throwback All-Star pics on Instagram, like who is these?
Yeah. Like some of them, it's like
scratch your head a little bit.
Yeah, it's like they were probably good, but like All-Star, like I think
they were good for that year.
Yeah. I think we're gonna look at the East this year, but again, it's all mixed up now, of course, because the teams. But still, this gives off those kind of vibes.
I don't want All-Star career type players.
Yeah, it looked kind of crazy.
I doubt Vooch get back to the All-Star.
Yeah, Vooch is. Yeah, he's not there, is he? Even though the Magic look like they're gonna be in a playoff thing this year.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yes, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the All-Star stuff. I'm excited. Speaking of that, you just said something about the Sixers, and yeah, Embiid missing his time. Simmons looked pretty good as the Sixers guy in Embiid's stretch. As far he had his first like one of his few 30-point games he had on there. Looking at how they move how he moves without Embiid on the floor, he gets to occupy a space that Embiid really used to. I see him in the post a lot.
Yeah, and he was being aggressive.
Yeah, being able to be very aggressive. I just wrote that down just because I found it interesting. Not that any trade is going to happen or anything, but it's
every time Ben Simmons do good, they bring up they have to decide between each one.
They always say that.
Always.
Yeah, I think it's just looking into the future of saying like if they don't win a championship, eventually they'll probably be split.
I think Embiid's easy to move though.
Oh, of course, somebody will take him.
Ben Simmons' play style, he needs a certain type of team.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going with. Like the team has kind of been centered around him, over this break, and he's way more aggressive, obviously, without Embiid on the floor because he has to be, because he can be. So it's just kind of interesting in looking at. I think people were saying Giannis has his team built around him. We haven't seen Simmons with his team built around him yet. Simmons is pretty obvious would be a much better player with with his own squad. So that's going to be interesting to see where they go with that.
It'll be crazy if they do eventually split them.
Yeah, I kind of hope. No, I don't. Fuck am I talking about? If it's not the Celtics this year.
Any challenge the Celtics, you with it.
Say what?
Any challenge against the Celtics, you trying to dismantle that.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if it's not the Celtics this year, which it probably won't be, like, I want to see Giannis get out there this year. Is there anybody? Well, you're a Lakers fan, so you want to see the Lakers win a championship.
I want to see Giannis in the finals.
Wait, what?
I want to see Giannis in the finals.
Oh, but who do you? But you want to see the Lakers win a championship? Okay,
I thought you mean like who you want to see in the finals.
Yeah, but you want to see them win. Rob, who do you like? Because you're a Magic fan, so I mean, no shade.
No offense taken.
Who do you care? Who you care to like? See?
I'm leaning towards the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, like, not as far as...
like, if I had to, choose between LA or the Bucks, I'll choose the Bucks.
Right. Do you watch all the Magic games? 'Cause every time I ask you, you've seen one, you see it. Like, I'll watch a game or two, but then they'll get blown out by some bad teams, so I'll get mad and I watch 3 or 4 games. Yeah.
So that's kind of how my relationship is.
Yeah, okay.
There's some teams I just look for the highlights. I don't actually tune in.
Because I just wonder how that makes me as a fan. Like, I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm more excited to see other teams sometimes. Bro, I just am.
It happens, bro.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie like LeBron and AD is not more fun to watch than what we have. It's amazing. Like, we got Tatum going off this year and Brown. It's cool, but like, Zion.
Like the other day when the Magic lost to Golden State with no Draymond Green. Yeah, I was like, I'm done for the week
without Draymond Green.
I was like, I'm done for the week on this.
How y'all y'all beat the Lakers? I mean, they didn't have AD, but still, it's still the Lakers and LeBron, and then y'all lose to Golden State. It's the NBA, right? Everything.
I think the most hardest job when it comes to those type of organizations is their social media handler.
Right.
The stuff you have to post after blowout.
Right, like the Knicks media handlers, how they always they don't post a score sometimes when they get blown out.
That's a lot of work to come up with that.
They post like on to the next one or something like that, and they show like
moving strong or some wild shit.
Hey, I saw. Did you understand the TJ Warren thing? Speaking of social media, once I explained it to you,
the cash
I explained after. Yeah.
You know they had to delete that post, right?
They did.
They did.
Because like who's gonna want to deal with like Indiana if they see y'all if they fleece you in a deal and like now you spend that you talking that shit later, that was funny.
Oh yeah, I thought because of like the policy or some shit. Remember was it Mavs? Who put the gunshot to the horse back in the day to the Mavs?
I remember what
Rockets?
you're talking about, but it was probably Houston.
I just thought they had to stop like picking on each other.
The NBA had to step in on that one time because it was like, relax.
You killing animals or something.
Get PETA on your ass.
Yeah, right. Straight blood on your face.
Okay. You wrote down mental health, Delonte West. Yeah, this should have been probably the first thing we talked about. We could talk about it, but you wrote it down. What did you want to say about that? 'Cause that was
that was tough to watch.
I was thinking there should be some type of section in the player association that look out for former players dealing with stuff like
retirement
this.
plan. I thought there was that was the crazy part, right?
Because they need to teach financial literacy to players that are coming in because they make way too much money to be
they do try that. I've seen in one of the little classes like they do try to talk to them about that type of stuff. But Delonte West is obviously more than financial literacy.
Yeah, because I think it been known he had like some type of mental issue.
Well, always like bipolar, I believe. Yeah, something like that. And the part that I found crazy once I saw that video was like, damn, he played for multiple coaches. He's had multiple teammates. I was like, how did it get to this point? Nobody's responsible for another grown man. But I was like, damn, how did it get to the point where he getting like jumped in the middle of the street?
You see, I didn't see that. I saw the one on a curb. Then I saw the one on the street.
Getting bounced on a highway. Like, fam, how? Like, that's crazy.
I think his earnings was $16 million over his career. So I just wish there should be some type of section of the player association that look out for former players dealing with stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it's gotten to a thing where people have reached out and the NBA and everyone's acknowledged it, because the NBA, I think, is probably the leading league on saying they care about mental health and stuff like that and all these other things. So
you gotta do some action now, man.
Yeah, when you see your alum getting like bounced, so yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I even saw, I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but did y'all see LeBron? They said LeBron
I saw the quote, but I didn't see
see stuff like that.
I saw something, but I didn't see if it was real.
When it comes to sources, I don't know about sources
multiple
no more.
Sources, Chris Broussard type beat.
Mostly be 3 random guys in your living room. I got time.
Yeah. I never actually heard, because like I feel like that's something I would have seen LeBron like on the mic about, like if he actually said
absolutely. Before again, they'll ask him, you see the video, what's your take on it, something like that.
Right. Yeah, the mental health thing in the NBA is crazy, because like what's his face is also dealing with that. His name Royce White, the guy who was scared to fly. You remember him? He got drafted a couple of years ago. Yeah, he got drafted a couple of years ago. The whole reason he didn't really play is because of that whole mental problem. That's what's happened with. He
gonna make it to a road game or something?
No, he literally
he had a fear of flying.
Yeah, like a series, like phobia type thing. And so because that didn't work out, he hadn't been in the league, and he's been kind of advocating for all of this, and that's how the NBA has come on to more of this mental health.
I know Kevin Love opened about mental health.
Kevin Love too, because he had like a anxiety attack. Yeah, mental health is a very deep thing. So. Hope Delonte West gets the help he needs, because you can't really force it on anybody. I don't know if y'all were on social media before we got on. Did y'all see? Apparently, Michael Jordan is at like a conference today, and somebody asked him about the whole LeBron thing. Y'all didn't.
Nice. I didn't see that.
I didn't even get to send it to the group. Let me see if I can find it to you real quick. I think he's at a conference in Paris, they said, and yeah, here it is. Press conference in Paris, and they asked him about the LeBron and Michael comparisons, and all he said was, "We play in different eras. He's one of the best players in the world. It's a natural tendency to compare eras to eras. I think he's made his mark. He will continue to do so." That's all he said.
Very diplomatic.
That was the politically correct, safe answer.
Because he bashed him. You can't win. So I guess the perfect answer to say. I think Kareem said the same thing, right?
Yeah, because when Kareem was here, we came to Rollins, and the team asked him about that. He said, I think that's like a script they practice.
Right. Yeah.
Like copy and paste or something.
We now have evidence of 2 of the top 10 players in history giving that same exact.
What's that sheet they get after the game? A stats game, and they got to read off the paper. The reporters ask them questions. They got to say these.
I think that's just stats, probably.
Well, maybe that's what they be getting. The former players,
right?
They got to read off like, we played great, and
Yeah, I wish LeBron. Because I feel like you asked Kobe the same question right now. I don't know. When he was in it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been that long since they asked Kobe if he could be LeBron one-on-one, and he said, of course. Like, y'all remember seeing that video when he was in a room like that? I always wanted more like that from Michael. Michael is so close to the vest with all of this stuff. Right. Like, he's not going to say anything. A lot of people... this is really off cuff, but a lot of people say Michael doesn't really entertain the whole LeBron thing as much as he did the Kobe thing because he sees LeBron as more of like a threat to his legacy than Kobe was. What do you think about that? Because he's quick to comment on other things, but come to LeBron, it's like, oh well, you know, like.
Well, I think he actually got a relationship with Kobe. He know he idolized him. Plus, what's the 2K one say? Yeah, he probably beat 1-on-1 because he stole my moves.
Yeah,
I think it's an actual genuine relationship, so he favored him more. Maybe it's a legacy thing. He's
because it's like that comment like 6 years ago when he came out and was like, when did he ask him about
5-beat-1?
Yeah, 5-beat-1.
Also, you gotta remember MJ played against Kobe, so he saw the flashes for what he could be.
True, he played against him a lot more than it seems. Yeah, it's like 98 basically.
Yeah, 98 and the 2003 Michael Jordan.
Right, they had some battles, and then he got out right before.
Maybe it's a relationship thing. Or his game mimic is identical to Kobe's, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I wonder if players really even care about any of that.
Oh, absolutely care about it. At the crib, they be talking mad shit.
At the crib, yeah. I'm saying, because I see every time Kobe. One thing I do like is every time I see Kobe and LeBron this year, like it's always love. It's always been love between them. It's nothing like their fans at all.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, you would think they have like they like bitter against each other. I think I see that more with LeBron and Michael, where it's like this awkward silence. Like LeBron and Michael really don't have any type of relationship. No type of like the most we've seen is like them, it's dap them up, dap each other up a little bit.
The same picture that he's showing when he was in Miami Heat.
Yeah, the Bobcats, right? I feel like that's the only time I ever seen LeBron and Michael in the same room was that Bobcats picture. Yeah, that's all I ever seen. And Michael he plays that really close to the vest. Man, I wonder what he really thinks. It sucks that we'll probably never know.
Well, he did say the comments about Wilt and Bill. I never played against them, so it's not right for me.
He said that when he was playing, right?
Yeah, but it was long retired.
But it's still similar to the answer he's still giving.
Right.
He said I never played in.
Yeah, Michael's always been pretty humble. It's funny, right? Like you have Michael on the court that'll like talk your fucking head off, but like I
smash your mom.
And then in the media and all this, he's like, well, it's like these are great players, and I don't want to be disrespectful. And
I got 6 rings, and he'd leave
into the interview. Yeah, into the interview. Nah, secretly, I'm pretty sure Michael thinks he could sauce Bill Russell.
Yeah, of course, man.
Secretly, I think he could. And I don't think in all this time Michael's been retired, I don't think we've ever heard him like call himself the GOAT or refer to himself as the GOAT. Like that's always been done for him. What do y'all think about that? Because that always happens too whenever this whole thing comes out and LeBron will call himself the GOAT, or like he did a couple of times, and people say, well, we really, I don't think we ever heard Michael say that about himself. And but if you
I think it's you perceive different when people call you something you don't call yourself. That's me. You're legit.
Yeah, because the fact that people are happy, you don't even have to hype yourself up. Other people are doing it for you.
Yeah. Well, with LeBron, you've had him call himself the GOAT, and you've had other people call him the GOAT as well.
Yeah.
Like the Pistons players, which really seems more like the bad boy Pistons. That really seems more like hatred for Michael than it is love for LeBron. Like I've heard Bill Laimbeer come out. I've heard Isaiah.
They probably being genuine with the fact that we know your background.
It's hard to ever count that. But yeah, and it seems like all the players that have ever like played against all these guys.
Exactly.
Like the ones that played against, the one thing I find really interesting is the ones that played against Kobe and LeBron always choose Kobe. Like they always do.
It's
the ones that played against them both, or the ones that defended them both, they always go, So that's a whole interesting thing.
Yeah, but when somebody call you to go and you don't gotta say it,
right?
It increases your legacy, like your fam.
Yeah, because Michael don't comment on that shit again. Michael respect to other players. It's interesting, but hey, I'm always down to hear what a player actually thinks.
Absolutely.
So
I wish you could read their mind, like.
Oh yeah, I'd love that shit, man. But it's for the same reason we're not gonna get that 1-on-1 tournament we was talking about last week.
Too much branding.
Yeah. You wrote down midseason awards again. Oh yeah, this is where we can get to the Bucks and Giannis and them. Obviously, Giannis is MVP right now. Harden, I think, was his main competition for that starting off, and he's had a really bad stretch.
His shooting is crazy, bro.
Yeah, did you see? Yeah, y'all saw the picture I sent to the group. Somebody said it looked like tour dates.
It does look like tour dates, though. That was the most funniest meme I was on. This like tour date,
and that's where Westbrook has really made his case for All-Star. What were you gonna say, Rod?
I was gonna say, the number 3's he been missing lately.
Yeah, bro.
Unless you live by the 3, you die by it.
Yeah.
He did gonna shoot his way out of it. That's his mentality.
I mean, he'll be back, obviously, but
I think he dropped 35 the day after that. I mean, the game after that.
Right. Giannis was already MVP to me, especially with the drop. Giannis is midseason MVP right now.
Especially the fact that he's still on pace for like 70 wins.
Most improved player is the most hardest one, I think.
Yeah, it was Graham for a minute, wasn't it? Now we're looking at what about
Ingram?
Yeah, I think most improved might be Ingram.
Ingram, yeah, because he's like he went from yeah, because he's not a second year player now. Ingram, Bam is in that conversation.
Oh, Bam.
Bam is in that conversation, but is it Ingram? Because Ingram was having a flash last year before that lung thing. You kind of expect that from him, and then Devontae Graham went from just there to like where he is. But yeah, it'd be kind of hard. Ingram
it's out of him or Bam.
Ingram is putting up 25 like a game.
I don't know Bam average from this year from last year, but I guess it's a runaway. I guess
I could see it being him.
Defensive player of the year. I'm assuming Gobert again. I don't know.
Yeah,
or AD.
Yeah, I hope AD gets it.
Yeah, I want AD to get it.
I want AD.
I'm tired of seeing Gobert up there.
We're gonna need more season to play. Definitely gonna need a little bit more of the season to pass with that. Six man gonna be Lou, obviously. Pretty obviously, yeah, because he's one of the.
Some of these awards is just given.
Like the six man is.
He named the shout six, so he have to get it.
Yeah, it's either gonna be Lou or Montrez. Like that's the funny part is they're on the same team, and people say like, well, with Lou he plays starter minutes. Like the 6-man thing is almost just a name for him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because he come in and he finished games, but technically he come off the bench.
Or come in 5 minutes in the game, like I'm here.
Yeah, he sauce you like a starter, but
right. And coach, I'm assuming Budenholzer or somebody else. Oh, Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spoelstra could get it. Why do I never hear Nate McMillan brought up at all though?
Because no one like Pacers. Trying to tell you, man.
I never hear him get brought up at all. But again, it's like
Pacers like Boston Light.
If they end up third, bro, if they end up third, you gotta give them some serious consideration.
Yeah, without Oladipo.
Yeah, it's not even that's not a talented roster. It's like nobody expect anything from it, But yeah, Spoelstra is in that as well.
Yeah, I don't think people like Pacers. People don't like watching Pacers.
Well, yeah, obviously they don't have a name,
Yeah,
like the Pacers are on TV. Like the only person, like I
mean, star power sells. That's just
it's not a Spoelstra, Nate, or Snyder.
Yeah,
from Jazz.
Yeah. You really have to enjoy basketball to watch the Pacers. It's the thing. Like you have to really like it.
I don't like watching Jazz either.
That's what I'm saying. Some teams you have to really enjoy like the technical side. Like otherwise, you're not really gonna get nothing out of that game.
I know it's crazy, but yes, half of the team, I don't want to watch this, man.
Yeah, so a lot of the season, a lot of the awards seem kind of like they're straight, like more than likely straightforward.
But who will win the sportsmanship nomination?
And yeah, right now again, the sports, that's gonna go on a fringe Hall of Famers resume. The Bucks being on pace for 70 wins. Wouldn't that be crazy though if we get 2 70-win teams within like 4 years of each other? That would be
that's crazy.
Yeah, especially with this not even being, it don't look like a 70-win roster like you would expect, but technically it's on that path right now if they don't lose a bunch of unnecessary games and start resting.
So how they come up with this? Oh, they should beat this team.
What do you mean?
No, the fact that they only have like 6 losses, and they have over 40 wins
through the number of games. So you're saying like, okay, through this number of games,
because literally if you just double their losses and double their wins, you have more than games in the season.
I was wondering how they come up with this.
Yeah, and
they lose 2 games back to back now with that offset.
That'll mess everything.
That's the thing.
That'll mess up the projection.
That's the thing. It really don't happen though. That's the part about it. Damn, that's awesome,
that's
bro.
Crazy.
I'm rooting for Giannis.
Nah, he have to go to the final.
Yeah, absolutely. MVP.
Yeah, he not doing no other on a contract with Bucks if he don't make it. Bro.
I wonder if he would get unanimous this year. No.
Luka might get a vote.
First place?
Yeah.
Well, true, but they're like 6 right now. Who knows? We gotta see how it finishes.
LeBron might get a vote.
I don't know if they get 70 wins, it's gonna be tough not to give him that vote.
If you get like 70 wins,
you can't be throwing out Giannis MVP like it's.
Well, I'm saying though, if you end up with 70 wins, and it's not like you don't have a Klay Thompson out here and none of that. Like,
I guess you're right.
Wilt numbers and that would be crazy. That's what I need. That's what I want from Giannis this year: is a unanimous MVP, a Finals MVP, the championship, 70 wins.
Huh? He ain't get no championship.
Yeah. All right. I don't know why people keep talking like that. In my Twitch chat, people are always coming in like, "Oh, do you expect the?"
I don't believe nobody else on the Bucks besides Giannis.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People, like, apparently people feel that way because they're all like, "Oh, do you expect the Bucks to stand a chance against the Clippers?" And like, what you mean stand a chance? Like, this isn't a good team. What y'all mean? That's what everybody come in and ask me. Like, do you think they stand a chance against? What y'all mean stand a chance, bro? Like they
ain't like gonna get swept or something.
Yeah, like this is Right. I get that every day in my chat. Like, what y'all mean stand a chance? I don't know. I just feel like they beat the Clippers. They beat the Lakers.
So you're a betting man, right? So you'll put money.
I'm a betting man.
You'll put money. You'll put money on Bucks.
If I gotta put my money on it, I'm gonna put it on LeBron and AD or something. If I gotta put my money on it, it's not they don't stand a chance though. Now my money's involved, so it's like, okay, well, let me take the 2 MVP candidates and that. But I get it. I mean,
well, if you do go to 5, I do want to be at least give me 6 games. Yeah. I want to see this. I want a good battle.
Right. Yeah, I hope. I don't even know. That's an interesting thing. Is any other finals really even going to be interesting this year if it doesn't involve Giannis versus a Western team? Because
no.
Yeah, if you have like, and I guess we're talking about to the casual fan. Like, if you have like Miami and the Lakers, like, what's the story with that? Besides LeBron,
what about Philly and franchises?
Lakers? I guess Philly and the Lakers. Right now, it doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense because they're not like.
I would like to see Embiid AD battle.
Yeah, and Simmons and LeBron.
But the Bucks won't have the best narrative because
they got the best
because Giannis trying to be the next man up.
Yeah, like we can't be out here with Toronto and LA. We can't have that. Like I like Siakam.
Hell no.
But Fred VanVleet and LeBron. That's not. Really,
no.
Yeah, I think Giannis gives us the most thing. Okay, that's it for the basketball part. I did because we actually before. Yeah, because we got everything right here. So basketball part is over. We'll read the standings at the end. But I did want to touch on what we were just talking about with the music thing. I know, Eric, you're a big music guy. And Lil Wayne is dropping an album next Friday, apparently. And you were saying something about not really expecting
Well, I'm saying
much
we can't expect much from legendary artists at this age to drop some great music because you just don't know what kind of space there is musically. We wait on Eminem to drop good project for a couple years now.
Hey, apparently this last one was good. Music to be murdered by, I heard, was pretty fire. I heard it was pretty good. Like compared to
the
like
first
his last
part.
2 drops.
I'm saying when he dropped 20, it's 20 tracks on this. When you do a double project, it's like fam.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first part is good, but the second part is let me see what works here.
Huh.
He got another record for Ed Sheeran. The first one didn't work off the Revival album, so I don't know.
You talking about?
He got another record with Ed Sheeran.
You didn't like that one with Ed Sheeran? That was one about his kid, right? The kid. You didn't like that?
I'm just saying, I hope Lil Wayne come give me that Carter 3, Carter 2 Wayne, but I just don't know what kind. I don't know what kind of mental space.
I don't know if that's guaranteed.
Yeah, that might be kind of hard.
I don't know what he at mentally.
Right.
And I haven't heard music in a while, so I don't know he gon'. You know what I mean?
You haven't heard music in a while
from Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah. When was his last? What was his? The one he dropped?
Carter, Carter 5.
A couple of years ago, just 2018 when he dropped that, right?
I think so.
Or 19. He dropped at 19.
Carter 5. It's
no,
19.
The one that he was sitting on for like years. He was sitting on it for years.
Yeah, Carter 5.
And it dropped. Yeah. When did that? I got my years mixed up.
I think that was a little older than that. I don't know what year, but 16, I think. 17? I don't know.
18. That dropped in 18.
No, it had to be 18.
That dropped in 18. There we go.
Oh, Free Lil Wayne.
With Kendrick Lamar and all that.
Latest it could be is 18.
Yeah, it was 18.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't know where he at, so I don't want to get too hyped.
I feel like, I can't judge because I don't even remember the 2018 one. What was the 2018 one that good? Was it that good?
It was cool.
It was cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you're right, man. I don't know. Yeah, when they go away for a while like this. I mean, I'm just glad he's dropping something, I guess. I haven't really listened to the whole Eminem thing yet, so I don't know. You gonna listen to it, Rod?
No, I haven't. I ain't peeked at it.
Yeah, because I know y'all said y'all weren't it.
I'm kind of over him just rapping. I'm an M fan, but I'm not like the
apparently
scarred.
A lot of people feel that way. I follow this page called Hip Hop by the Numbers, and they showed Eminem's like first week sales or whatever numbers compared to like all his other ones, and this project apparently did worse than even like Kamikaze and Revival in terms of first
cause we just saw you, fam.
I thought
Kamikaze last year, ain't it?
No, that was like
2 years ago.
That might have been.
I'm not even.
I'm just saying. I feel like I just heard this guy.
Right.
And stop. Like chill.
They also said it might be because he dropped on pretty much like the same moment as like Mac Miller new project.
No, I don't think that. I don't think another white rapper not going to affect his numbers.
Really?
No. I just think people just not vibing right now.
Right. I guess, man.
This I don't know y'all how versed y'all is with Jay-Z catalog, whatever. But the good question was, what do Drake need to do to surpass Jay-Z?
Okay.
As the greatest. What do Drake must need to do to surpass Jay-Z?
Right. You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a good question for you because like you way
well,
better at this.
No, I forgot. Y'all know well versed.
You way better at
well,
this.
I honestly I don't know.
Yeah,
because he have the numbers, he have the body work, he has it is. I guess he don't got the.
He's not the
lore.
He's not the mogul yet.
Yeah, he don't got the lure of Jay-Z, I guess.
When you look, but when you look back, I think things happen after you sit on them for a while. And when you look back at Drake's run throughout the 2010s,
he got a decade. That's a decade run.
A whole decade.
I mean, you
10 years.
Again, you're the music guy here. Does somebody else have that run?
A decade?
Like decade,
not a rapper.
Just
no.
straight on top. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Because you know what the crazy part is about Drake. It's like Wayne kind of evolved into Drake for me in terms of when I was a kid. Every single year there was like a little Wayne track in the background of my life.
Yeah, right.
Like Fireman or this or that.
Wayne had a crazy run too.
Yeah, all the way till I got to like high school. And then from high school to where I am right now, it's Drake all the time. Drake got a hit for every single year, multiple,
Drake ran
like
a decade.
crazy.
Yeah.
He ran that shit, bro. Right. And so that's what I'm wondering. Where it's like, okay, you talking about him catching Jay-Z and all these guys, but I'm like, who has that run? Like, where is
no one has a run like Drake. But of course, when it comes to music, they factor in more than this commercial says.
And it's more than a run, also, right?
Yeah.
Jay-Z will have his run, but then like he's still around a little bit as well.
Yeah, Jay-Z one of the people that he pop up. It's a moment he just go back doing business or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But it's hard because Drake check every box. You know, of course he got ghostwriting rumors, but nobody, you know.
No one cares.
By the way, just so I know what y'all know, did y'all watch his interview?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Okay, so you saw that. Did you see the interview?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, so he addressed the whole ghostwriting thing, and he basically said, I'm trying to recall.
He said all the timestamps, all the stuff with the lyrics got you. Mm-hmm. He wrote those. Right.
Like
he probably didn't write all them throwaway joints, like, you know, shit.
Yeah, his defense is that he did what for other songs he did what a lot of other rappers do. You know, like remember that was his defense.
He putting some light on like other people that got ghostwriters.
But the thing is that Drake's artists were like ghostwriting ain't gonna like, you know, hurt him. Like if someone like J. Cole or Kendrick said like, yo, I gotta write.
Yeah,
like it's because it's like the caliber of like what he's doing with his lyrics.
J. Cole come on mind right there. I need
a
drink.
So if one of them boys said like, yo, I didn't write this, we like contemplating like the universe.
He didn't write for his drop.
Oh God,
drink. My God,
I gotta fling that shit out the window now. Like can't even.
But I saw it. You know, like I think he felt comfortable because this is his first loss.
Yeah, he's still hurt over that. Yeah, right? He's still hurt about that.
I think it's his first loss.
Yeah, with Pusha.
Like he don't know how to handle that
because every single time I feel like I hear him talk or come out or you hear it in a bar in his song, like it's always a reference to like, is that a reference to that? Niggas caught me slipping once. Okay, so what? That's a reference to that, right? Yeah. Like I feel like I hear this in every interview and every like, so there's referencing that loss. Like it happened, bro. Like
I'm saying someone his status, you're not used to no losing.
No, that was his first.
After that Meek, he feel like,
oh yeah, he's God.
Give me anybody. And but again, Drake is Drake. He's one of the greatest ever. His run is ridiculous. He might do another decade. I don't know how the future holds, but
hard, bro.
If you look at his formula, the way he dropped, I don't see him slowing down.
What did you think about what he said when? Damn, I had the question in my head. It was something else he said in the interview. I was going to ask you about. It'll come back to me.
Kanye West.
Nah, it'll come back to me because I had a couple other things with that. The part where he was talking about, what do you think about all the different Drakes we get? You remember the meme I sent you where it was like Atlanta Drake,
Jamaican Drake.
You remember that? What do you think about all the different Drakes you get?
He like stealing other people's flows, all that.
Again, to my understanding, Toronto is very multicultural, that country. So there's a lot of islanders over there, and that's normal over there. And he also said he get the green light from the OGs of that genre.
Yeah, he said like the real. He called them dons basically.
Right. So he's saying he should shine lights on the music he loves. But I guess it's a little different if you're not from that culture, but you still like pop things and all this, But it's whoever who's offended by it, whatever. But
right.
Because some people that he think he's cultural, he just using the sound just to get some records, but he actually have some of the artists that's from that genre on his records. Mm-hmm. So it's really up to whoever is feel offended by it.
He had a pretty good defense for the appropriation thing.
Right.
I thought, because he was like, yo, it's not like I just use the shit and then deny it. Like,
Right.
I remember I heard one time. I mean, I guess Post Malone does more than rap, I guess. But he also did just come out and just flat out say, I don't want to be known as a rap. You remember that?
Right.
Yeah,
That's why
so,
people in hip hop don't really like Post Malone.
Yeah, because I mean, it's cool and all, but I'm like, yeah, you got a lot of like to
hip hop oriented.
Yeah, you know what I
records.
mean? Like, so to come out and like push it away, I'm like, yeah,
Right.
that look kind of sketch. But
Yeah.
I thought he had a good defense for appropriation. What I didn't think he defended quite as well was the part where he was talking about him not being celebrated as like a black artist. You know what I mean? You saw that part?
I do believe that though.
You do.
When I see Drake, I don't see. I don't think of a black artist.
I don't either.
I don't.
Like, I didn't think
No.
that was a slight. I didn't think that was. He takes it as a slight that.
Well, he's
doesn't-
biracial, so he identifies as a black man. I'm pretty sure he does because he dropped the N-word every record.
I used to wonder how that.
But
worked.
I don't see because we know he's black.
Right.
But when I hear his, I don't see black artists.
There's that. His music obviously don't really like he was saying, he don't, he's not really with the forefront of making lyrics about, the injustices and all this stuff like that. He's more, do something about it.
And plus, you mess up your money if you go that area.
Right. So but then you have other people that talk about those stuff like J. Cole.
But I'm saying you can't be as big as Drake being social.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because
he's appealing. He has too many.
He put everybody.
Yeah.
That's
on a certain
killing unarmed black man.
You can't be in pop and saying that and still make money.
That's funny. I think that's part of the reason why Eminem over these last few years has gone down, because of his whole episode that he's gone to with Trump, basically. All the lyrics that he had. I think that pissed a certain amount of people off.
So they were conflicted. You know what I mean? So
yeah, there was. I might have to cut that out.
I know.
Yeah, no, there was a certain. I think there was a certain subsection that got really mad with him about his stances. And that I really feel like that's why every time he drops something, they won't say it, but they're like, oh, I don't want to hear him. I think that's part of it is like you said, you've just been around forever. But I think there's part like you that's like, oh, I don't really want to hear him anymore. Then there's another part that's like, yeah, he's on our mans now, so I don't want to fuck with him now.
Right.
So that much is interesting. But yeah, you're right. Drake couldn't really be.
You can't be as big as Drake being social aware.
Right, but yeah,
like what I'm saying. If J. Cole, I see black artists.
Yeah,
Kendrick black. Yeah. J. Cole's biracial too. His mom is white, but I see black artists.
I think part of it might be because of Drake's background, because he used to be on Degrassi when he was younger.
That's true.
Yeah.
So versus he didn't have the typical
and plus he's privileged. So
so it is not like the typical rapper track where where he came out of his community, got the records done. He got his money, so I think that might be tying into it as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that come together, like you don't know why, but they like y'all just did a good job explaining it. It's a lot of little things like that come together as why when you see Drake, you don't really see like a black artist. Because my whole life is not even like a slight, like, oh, he ain't black. It's not a slight. Like, I just never seen it. I've never been like, yeah, like, oh yeah, black. I just never seen it the whole time.
But yeah, like I think because his music. He don't say anything that's controversial, so he's a legit pop star. So
right, yeah, I definitely didn't take that. I didn't. See
so
that
people
as
defend him by that.
What do you mean?
Him saying he don't feel like a black artist?
No, he didn't say he don't feel like a black artist. He said he don't feel like he's celebrated as a black artist, and that he takes that kind of like as a slight, like that what he said on Diplomatic Community, like black excellence, but when it come to me, it's not the same. No, that's what that was about.
Yeah, I believe him though. I don't think he get the same.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And I didn't see that as a slight. I just felt like I don't really see it, but that was a really interesting interview. The part where he was talking about Meek Mill, like it was funny because he kind of got lost in like the glory that you could tell. There was a moment where he had to bring himself back.
He forgot y'all good now.
Yeah, he forgot they were good. He was like, but I don't want to glorify it.
I had to get rid of him. You know what I mean? So great.
Yeah, and then you ran up against Pusha, and that loss definitely still irks him. You can see from that, because he was referring to him in the interview as that guy.
Meek Mill's way bigger than that guy. So crazy.
The guy that I'm beefing with now, like that's strange. I've never.
I was not really. I really want to be signed to Pharrell and the Neptune. Like, fam, stop it.
Well, you talking about the?
I wasn't really. I was really a Pharrell fan. I want to be signed to the Neptune. Like, fam, you was a Pusha T fan.
Right. Yeah, no, he doesn't truly deny that. Yeah. But one thing that did kind of seem kind of weird to me was when he was on that subject, he was saying like, another reason he's not really a fan of Pusha T is because he doesn't believe the words that he's rapping. You know, he doesn't believe those things. But like, I'm pretty sure a lot of rappers, including Drake, rap stuff that's like not really.
Rick Ross is known after a notorious drug dealer from Miami,
and that's his man's.
And we know Rick Ross saying I had to move in.
He ain't moving.
and that's Drake's man's. Like, he talks about Rick Ross.
So we know these artists not 100%. They going, of course, they're gonna exaggerate.
Yeah. So that's where it just comes off as hurt. You know,
like, hurt.
Things like that come off as hurt.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but it is going to be very interesting to see what he does in his next 10 years. Because I wonder how much longer you keep, especially after a run like that, when you actually leave a decade.
I don't see any chinks, no slowing down in his armor.
Yeah. You just did y'all like Life Is Good? I'm pretty sure y'all heard that by now.
What, that project?
The
single. The single's cool.
Yeah.
I like the single.
Yeah. When he just dropped.
I don't see nothing that. And then sometimes you start seeing hiccups. Like, okay, slowing down.
The thing is that like he has the formula, he has the recipe, but he sticks to it. So right. And he does it consistently.
And he gearing up for an album right now too.
He said what?
He preparing an album right now.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, anytime he drops music, like, Twitter stops. You know what I mean? Like, everything stops. Everything becomes Drake quotes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
he's one of the most quotable artists.
Absolutely.
I got hella quotes from Drake.
Growing up in the era of Facebook, like, everybody had their shit a Drake quote on their statuses. Was tweeting out.
He got for days, man.
And then he had Marvin's Room come out and fuck up everybody who was going through something.
See, the thing, I remember when Marvin's Room came out. I mean, Drake, when it's this softer Drake, like, people wasn't used to singing rap or being all sensitive. Right. If you've been in a relationship, bro. Everybody had a Marvin's Room moment when you know you're not with your ex, but you in your feelings. You know you're supposed to be calling her, but you give her a call knowing that she's happy.
Oh, that's
everybody funny. I had a Marvin's Room moment. Bro, that was when our record came out. I felt that.
Hey, a lot of people did.
Bruh,
a lot of people
did.
You
picked up because I know he's not around. Boy.
Man. Reliving some shit right now.
That was the most realest song ever, bro.
Yeah. So as we wind down, what's his best album? What's Drake's best album?
I still have Take Care.
Take Care. Yeah,
I gotta agree.
That's kind of difficult to beat. Like,
Nothing But the Same was great.
I'm about to say,
but he has a lot. But he has a lot. Like, he has classics. So,
do you know it took me this long to actually get into So Far Gone? Like, to actually
really?
Well, because some of them songs, like, when I was going through it, like, I finally got Spotify. That was years ago, but I would go through it and I wouldn't care about a lot of the music. Then I came back and like,
you're one of those where like you're skipping songs like 5 seconds in.
Like, the shit starting, I'm not vibing. I'm like, all right,
some melodic beat coming.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm not in this mood right now. Sometimes you're just not in that mood. Yeah, it took me a minute to get into that, but yeah, I like that track with him and Wayne. It's called Ignorant Shit. What beat was that they were using?
Owsley's Brothers.
It's a famous beat.
Yeah. It's on Owsley Brothers.
Yeah. Either way, it's famous. Yeah.
Right, you know this record.
I mean, it's in my playlist, bro. What's that called? What's that called?
Yeah. Point taken, though. What's J. Cole's best album?
Of course,
and people hate on J. Cole a lot too. Like, for what?
But they say boring.
How?
And also, some people don't like the stands about the platinum with no features.
That was a meme. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, some people get irritated that he chooses not to work with artists. Some people
because he said he's done with Futures, right? He retired from Futures. Well,
that was kind of annoying.
That's a weird announcement. I said I'm retired from Futures.
I don't get it. But his best album to most people will say Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah, I still remember. I was in college when that came.
Forest Hill Drive is a great album.
Yeah, it really is.
His worst album is if you have to pick the least favorite is probably his. I didn't really care for Born Center as much.
Yeah, I gotta go back and listen to
I like his
stuff.
And Drake, my least favorite Drake album is I didn't care for
Scorpion?
Views. I didn't care for Views.
Oh, Views you didn't care for. He didn't really go into it in the interview, but he did say like Views was more like an impromptu thing. I think that's the one he was talking about.
Yeah, I think he was talking about that.
I don't know what he meant by that. He didn't go into it,
right.
Yeah. Is Views the one he got a song on there where he talked about got so many chains they call me chain into okay, cool. So I'm gonna throw that to the back.
I'm Earth Green Day some shit.
I mean, again, when you have a decade run and you like got
you got filler
hit
bars.
After hit, you got some bars that are just like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? Like when he said like you toying with it like Happy Meal, like fuck you talking about? Because that song was hard too. Like I think that's the song "You With Me," right? And that whole song is a vibe. And he like, yeah, that's for real. You toying with it like Happy Meal, nigga. What? Like the whole thing was cool until you said that.
What grown woman you telling that shit? Oh man.
He got a couple bars like that. The rest of them are slipping my mind right now, but
yeah, man.
But I mean, okay, he got a couple bars like that. Lil Wayne got wild bars too, though, bro. Like that's just like, what are you talking about?
Well, he got super offensive. The Emmett Till verse, like,
yeah, that was wild.
Like, what were you doing?
But okay, he got like super offensive, wild shit like that. But then he just got some stuff that's like stupid though. Like unless it's a reference that I don't understand. What are you talking about when he said, "I'm in the ocean getting shark pussy"? Nigga, what? Is that a reference? I don't know.
Nothing. The reference is ocean and sharks. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, because I was going through listening to a lot of Wayne songs, and he got a lot of stuff like that where it's just like off the wall. And you're like, okay, maybe this is something past my time. Like I don't remember this.
Right. I don't know what that.
Wayne got a lot of crazy shit like that, and then, but I guess everybody kind of has their thing. Like J. Cole has all the shit bars and the fart bars. All of
I know one of Kanye's is M2D like Makai Fife. He was the wrong actor in the movie. He named the wrong actor in the movie he was trying to reference. He was way off.
Right.
It was Omar Epps, but he said Makai Fife. I'm like, what were you talking about?
Oh man.
Okay, every bar can't be fire. You can have some fillers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, that is what it is. All right, I think that's good for a music section. We gotta we gotta bring back stuff aside from the NBA because I enjoyed that. But speaking of the NBA, yeah, we will wrap up the podcast by just taking a look at the standings. I don't know why I separated it like that. That should have meant the end of the NBA section.
Yeah, right.
I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, so again, East, Milwaukee is first. This is really don't change much at all. Heat second. Raptors are third right now. Everything in the East from 3 to 6 is completely negotiable. There's only a 2-game split. So Raptors, Celtics, Pacers, and Sixers, that's completely negotiable. And then after that, it dies. Like the Magic are 8 games behind 6th. And then the Nets are there at 8th. And technically, wow, yeah, Brooklyn's been doing so bad that the Pistons, Bulls, wow. Technically, everything down to the Hornets still could happen just because of the type of teams they are. Man. Yeah, because of the teams they are, it's probably not going to happen. Like the Wizards and Hornets, probably not going to happen. But the Bulls and the Pistons now sit only 2 and 2.5 games out of the AC. That's wild. So if we have to watch the Pistons with, imagine if they would make it if they traded Drummond, but no Blake Griffin.
They got cooked last year.
I mean,
the Pistons.
Yeah, they were first.
I mean, the biggest problem with the Wizards is they can't play defense, but they can score as many points as they want.
And Beal basically beat the Cavaliers by himself the other night. And yeah, Charlotte's on a 7-game losing streak. So like I said, those type of teams, it's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, you're right. The Pistons did get cooked last year, I will never lie to anybody. I didn't watch one game of that series. The Pistons. I said you have to really like basketball to watch certain things. I didn't like basketball enough to watch the Pistons and Bucks. Like that every time I looked at the score, it was like out of reach by like the first couple minutes. I'm like, bro, I got shit to do today. That's not gonna happen. And then you go to the West, and the Lakers are first. Mike Conley has returned, and the Jazz are second. So we called him a dark horse. They are 31-13.
So you already know how he feels about Conley.
We gonna get a Utah finals this year. Utah versus
y'all be safe out there. Yeah.
Utah and Boston. Oh yeah, NBA is. I feel like the NBA would step in at a certain point.
Like, yo, we can't have this.
Yeah, right. Like Utah, Miami, like
our rate is already down, yo.
Yeah. But then the Clippers are right there. I still think the Clippers are going to take second, and they need to, because the Clippers are, again, right now with the West, the way it works, everything from 2 to 5 is like in play to swap. Wow. The Clippers, you don't want to fall into a situation where you load manage yourself into a second round with the Lakers, because that could happen if they fall to a certain point. So Clippers need to play it safe and be second, because you don't want to see the Lakers.
We need a Western Conference to LA teams.
Yeah, and you're capable of beating the Lakers, but you don't want that in the second round. Though. Like that's not nobody wants that in the second round.
No, nobody.
What do the conference finals be then? No. Yeah, that's destined. Yeah, Nuggets are right there at 4th behind the Clippers. Mavericks 5th. Rockets are 6th, and they are only 2 games above the OKC Thunder. And then the Spurs are now taking the A seed, and of course everything from 9 on down to 14 is still in play technically. Everything from 8.
I'm sorry, but if at any point in the season OKC has a better record than Houston, that's gonna look kind of wild.
I didn't.
Even if it only happens for a day, that still look wild.
We didn't actually talk about that. You know what's crazy is like even if Westbrook, let's say the trend continues where Westbrook plays great and like Harden is the one playing bad. Even if that happens, the overarching narrative of OKC where they finish over Houston is gonna be like, okay, OKC swapped point guards and then they ended up above the team they traded Westbrook to.
Right.
Even if Westbrook played good, like the narrative is still gonna prevail.
They gonna come after Westbrook guard.
Yeah, they gonna come after him hard, even if it's not fair. But
even though Harden hitting like missing like 23 the game.
Right. They gonna come because that's all history is gonna remember. That they're gonna remember that season that the Thunder was supposed to be a lotto team, and then they traded Westbrook for Paul and finished above them. I hope that don't happen, bro. Westbrook don't deserve that.
Yeah, you gotta check on his mental health after that.
Yeah, okay, so we can go ahead and get out of here. Y'all say y'all peace, and then we'll bounce.
Y'all take it easy now.
Again, y'all be safe. All right.
Got to end the podcast with that. Oh yeah, and this is on Spotify and iTunes and all that good stuff. Link in the comment section description. All right, peace.